Hello everyone, this is Rakesh Jain and welcome to my channel Wanderer. Just to quickly recap, this is the second day of our journey. We traveled yesterday from Chandigarh to Narkanda and covered the Hatu Mata Temple and the Tani Jubbar Lake. We also came to know the interesting story of the how apple was brought to Himachal Pradesh. Today we will be traveling from Narkanda to Rakchham via Sangla and we will cover even Sarahan. We will find out why the apple trees are covered with the mesh. On the way, we will cover the most famous and the most beautiful Bhimkali Temple at Sarahan, which is also one of the Shakti Peetha. For the viewers who are watching this video for the first time, our starting and ending point of journey would be Chandigarh. In these 15 days of travel, we will cover places like Narkanda, Rakchham, Chitkul, Sangla, Tabo, Kaza. Around Kaza, we will cover Hikkim, Langza, Chicham. From Kaza, then we come back to Kalpa, Tirthan Valley, Jibhi and Mandi. From Mandi, back to Chandigarh. In the upcoming series of my video, each episode will cover all these places we visited day-wise. The videos will cover the places that you can see en route and the local sightseeing around. Stay tuned, I will be covering all this in my upcoming videos. In case if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so now and also click on that bell notification so that you can get notified about the upcoming videos of this beautiful journey. Thank you. Good morning, and I just want to show you the beautiful view. See the clear blue sky. So our breakfast is done and this is our day 2 of the journey, and from Narkanda we will be heading towards Sangla. The drive is going to be around 180 kilometers. In case if you have wondered what these colorful flags are, then let me tell you. Each of these flags have something inscribed on it. It says Om Ma Ni Padme Hum. Om Ma Ni Padme Hum. The idea behind this is you put this at the entrance of your home, and when the wind flows through it, a positive energy enters inside your home. So stay tuned with me. On our way back, we were wondering, what those cloths which were covering the apple tree, and we had this curiosity as to why it was covered actually. And I was just inquiring, and I met a gentleman over here who's from Ambala, and he has the answer for it. And let me, hear from him only.
पेड़ के इसके लिए पूछा है, ये क्या है कि एक जाली डालते हैं इसके ऊपर. ये जाली ना इजराइल से आती है, इजरायली जाली बोलते हैं इसको पेड़ को कवर कर दिया जाता है ताकि उसमें जब भी सेब लगना स्टार्ट होता है, कुछ उसका फूल निकलता है, तो उस फूल को डैमेज ना हो, इसलिए कोई मक्खी मच्छर और कोई पक्षी उसको डैमेज ना करे, इसलिए उसको पूरे को कवर किया जाता है. और ये जो स्टफ़ है इसकी बहुत लाइफ होती है, 4-5 साल तक ये निकाल जाती है, इसका कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता.
Thank you, Manoj Bhaiya. So what he says is, these apple trees which are covered with this cloth that you are seeing is actually imported from Israel, and the shelf life of this cloth is almost 4 to 5 years, and this is covered throughout the that period of time is what I get to understand from him. And the primary reason for covering this is so that it protects the trees from the insects or any wild animals, bees, because this is the
birds.
Apple crop, and that's the cash crop of this region, and hence they are taking every step to preserve this. And also that's one of the reasons you get the best apples out of this region. Mr. Manoj is he does this apple grading and sorting, so definitely the information must be authentic is what I can say. Thank you, Bhaiya, once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, sir.
As we start the journey, the view is only becoming more beautiful. Just look at the curvy roads, the cool breeze outside, and the tall pine trees on both the sides of the road make it the most beautiful journey. See the entire range of mountains. You will see very tiny houses all around from a far off distance. See the vast range of mountains, and you can see some houses there, and when you approach them nearer, this is how one of the houses looks like. Colorful, sometimes tall, but very beautiful among this thick greenery here. See the range of mountain and the beautiful view. At every turn you feel like stopping and observing this beautiful view. But they say, right, that the journey must go on, so let's keep moving. At times you will come across such bad roads due to the landslide or the construction of them is still in progress. That looks to me like the Baspa power plant. We just saw this temple along the side of the bridge, and we don't know why we felt like taking a break and we stopped here. See the small stream of the river flowing across this temple. For some reason, this Babaji caught my attention, and I don't know why I followed him to his room, and this is where he lives.
We meet a lot of interesting people on our way, and today I'm happening to meet one veterinary doctor. He's from Palanpur. He's gone to Chitkul and he's coming back, and so that is the veterinary doctor. And let me also show you his bike, BMW. He is 54 and still driving strong. और मेरे बाजू भाई साहब जो प्रसाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे थे,
रोहित का फ्रॉम
उनका भी कहना था कि भाई जुनून हमेशा जिंदा रहना चाहिए.
यस
So hats off to this. All right.
Veterinarian posted at
Nagon.
Nagon.
Okay.
Sarahan is still 51 kilometers from here. We just stopped on the way as this place was looking very beautiful and we wanted to take a small break also. Sarahan is still 47 kilometers and few minutes. A small stretch of road was so bad, completely covered with dust, and now on the other hand, just a few minutes later we see such beautiful roads again. See the colorful view of the village across, looking so beautiful from here. See there the close-up view of the same colorful village.
I am near Rampur, and this particular structure caught my attention. This is a monastery and it was closed, and I like this. I love Rampur. And now we resume our journey back. See this big U-turn that you can see in a mountain region. You don't know which mountain you're coming from and which mountain you have crossed. And when you see that something like this is no less than a surprise. Just see at the far end across the other side, which is barely visible even to the naked eyes, is where you are coming from. The road appears bad, but it is not if you observe this breathtaking view here.
You're surrounded by the huge gigantic mountains and you're slowly passing through these huge gigantic mountains. In Jewelry now. From here we head towards Bhimkali Temple, which is around 15 kilometers. Wow, looks like a wedding is going on. Wow, look at this temple that we come across on our way to the Bhimkali Temple. It is closed now. The whole architecture of the temple was quite different than what we see. I am from southern part of India, Bangalore, and this style is very different from what we see. If I have to draw a contrast, some of the temples that we see in southern India are so massive and so many people around where it takes hours for us to do the darshan. On the other hand, these small temples relatively lesser crowded and probably it just takes us a few minutes to do the darshan. Well, both of them have their own charm is what I can say. We are almost near the temple now.
On the way to Sangla, we came to this place called Sarahan, and Sarahan is a famous place known for this Bhimkali Temple. What made me surprising is this huge place, and all the way when we were coming, as you have seen in the video, it's a pretty narrow roads. Maybe just 2 cars could go in, and now suddenly when we see a huge temple complex was indeed a nice view to the eyes, I should say.
Himachal Pradesh is referred as Devbhumi or the land of the gods. The Bhimkali Temple complex in Sarahan village makes it a unique and ornate architecture, and its history makes it an important landmark in this region. At 6,500 feet above sea level, Sarahan is enveloped by dense pine forest and is not visible from the road below. But once you arrive here, you are greeted by apple orchards, snow-capped mountains and the famous Bhimkali Temple. Like many places in Himachal, this is a pilgrim town where life revolves around the local deity. The temple was once the palace of the Bushar royal family. The wooden temple complex is an iconic symbol of the town. These are the shops around the temple. Let's enter the temple now. Wow, what a massive thick gate that we are entering through. It is believed that the head of the king Banasur is buried in front of the entrance gate of the temple and is marked by an elevated platform leading to the first courtyard. It is also believed that the year of Sati, daughter of King Daksha, is said to have fallen on the ground here, making this place of worship as a Peethasthal. This is how Bhimkali Temple became one of the 51 Shakti Peethas in the country. Wow, look at this view. As we enter through, I am very curious and excited to see the temple. There are more temples in the complex dedicated to Lord Raghunath Ji, Narsingh Ji and Bhairava Ji. The temple is an architectural marvel. It is believed to be around 800 years old. The Bhimkali Temple boasts of architecture that is not duplicated else in the erstwhile hill states, and it is an amazing blend of Hindu and Buddhist styles. The main temple complex is built around 3 courtyards enclosed by buildings on all sides. Unlike many other standalone tower temples, this temple complex consists of a few small temples, a guest house, old royal palace and twin towers. The first courtyard, which is at the lowest level, has a Narsingha temple constructed in stone with a shikhara on top covered with a sloping wooden roof. This is the first courtyard. There are 3 such courtyards. Let's enter the second courtyard now. Isn't this really amazing? What was looking totally dark from outside, and as I entered this beautiful wooden room and a small door that leads further to the temple. Let me bow down and enter the temple. The structure that you were seeing outside, it appears that a small replica of the same is now inside. Like a box within a box. I see here a temple inside a temple. This is the second courtyard. The second courtyard has a Raghunath temple. See the beautiful view around the temple. If you remember, we had the golden colored gate outside when we entered, and now we have this silver colored door. Look at the wooden carvings. The third courtyard, the highest of the 3, has the imposing twin towers. Ma Bhimkali resides in one of these towers. You will see elaborate and rich carvings in wood throughout the temple complex. Idols of variety of gods and goddesses are carved on the shutters, balconies and balcony railings. Highly decorative wooden patterns can be seen on the external facades of the twin towers and few other structures in the temple complex. One of the most prominent features are the wooden chimes, which produce a humming sound as they oscillate in the wind. The moment one hears them, the atmosphere in the temple complex changes. There is a very intriguing skyline of the roofs in the temple complex. While Sarahan intrigues with its tale of powerful gods and very old rituals, it also transports you to a world of old-fashioned picturesque houses, wild roses. If there was ever a place where you could feel a sense of tranquility and power at the same time, it is in the Bhimkali Temple at Sarahan. There is a museum at the temple complex which has good collection of ancient utensils, arms, dresses, etc. You are given a cap to cover your head while in the temple complex.
I just came out of this Bhimkali temple. The camera was not allowed inside, but I must say I have not seen such a kind of a temple so far in my life before. I have been to many temples, but this was one of the unique kinds where the complete temple that you are seeing here is a wooden structure, and you need to kind of climb stairs in order to go to the topmost floor and do the darshan. So it was a really amazing experience, and unlike the other temples that we see, which is highly crowded, I will not say there were not people here, but still within 5 minutes you can quickly go inside and come out. So not very crowded also, and I really like the the environment here, the wooden carvings here. It's really beautiful, no words to describe. Whenever you are here, please do take some time to visit this temple. And also one more unique thing which I noticed about this temple is, as you enter inside, you feel that's the temple, but no, that's not the case. You again have to take a few more steps, maybe 10 or 12 steps. Again, at certain elevated height, you will see another one structure which you feel it's that temple. So like this, you need to cross, I think I must have crossed around 2 elevated levels, and then finally reached to this temple that you are seeing behind me. Let me quickly just show you around.
We finished our lunch. It's actually very late. It's almost around 4:45 p.m. now. The place is called Jori. Waiting for the tea. The lunch costed us just around $200 for 3 people. And now we will be heading towards Sangla. The dhaba name is Abhishek Vaishnav Dhaba. We need to register at the various checkposts on the way. Nothing much they ask. Basic details like where you are coming from and where you are heading towards, and your phone number is collected. Now look at this view.
To me, it looks like the jaws of a tiger through which the vehicles passes through here. This view is one of the most beautiful and iconic view, I must say. You might have seen many vlogs carrying this picture, and in fact it is really very beautiful. Literally every tourist vehicle that passes through this will stop here and people will take pictures.
See the beautiful sky. A perfect spot for sunrise or sunset in between the two mountains that you only can see in pictures. Look at this view. They form a perfect natural shade for the bikers to take rest when it pours in this mountain region.
It was late in the evening. We also realized that our accommodation was booked at Rakchham and not Sangla. Sangla to Rakchham is another 14 kilometers in a hilly region. This distance almost means an hour of travel.
It's indeed beautiful view here. You are in between these huge gigantic mountains. Some mountains, the way they are cut from a distance, it appears as though we are entering the jaws of an animal. Look at that stretch. There is a fire there. Honestly, I have never seen such a sky before. It's pitch dark outside, and when I look at the sky, it appears painted in dark crimson blue. We are now near a power plant. It is here we actually lost our way, which we realized much later, and we lost significant amount of time. Just observe how pitch dark it is. One side you have the vertical rock cut to make the roads, and the other side is a very deep slope not even visible. This is enough to send a chill down the spine. Looks like we have reached Sangla now. Just hold your breath. One side you have this vertical mountains cut through, and the other side is the steep slope that you don't even want to look at this hour. The road is really bad, and you can see that by the bumpiness in the drive. Due to the unavoidable reason, we had to travel in the night, and in between we did lose our way also. Just showing a glimpse of the journey, total pitch dark, and the only comforting factor for us was that a car was ahead of us, and it became much easier for us to follow it in this pitch dark.
Even though from Sangla to Rakchham is only 14 kilometers, but in a mountain region it can mean anything not less than an hour of travel when the roads are very bad, pitch dark, dangerous, and on top of it, it is a very steep drive. By the time we reached Rakchham, we really breathed a sign of relief and had no energy to shoot, and straight after dinner hit the bed to start a new journey the next day. I do want to thank you for watching this video, and please do click on the link above to find out the details about this Hotel Rupin River View, or you can find all the details in the description box also. Signing off for the day, this is Rakesh J. Thank you.
He is 54 and still driving strong. और मेरे बाजू भाई साहब जो प्रसाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे थे,
रोहित का फ्रॉम
उनका भी कहना था कि भाई जुनून हमेशा जिंदा रहना चाहिए.
Yes.
So hats off to this.